Hey guys, it's Flawkes, back with some more Terminus action, or Frontier action, whatever, Frontier Hunter. This is my first draft of the auto battle team that I will be using for the most part of this season. As you can see here, I've actually got all the rewards, and I still haven't actually cleared Terminus. My reason for this is because I found out I wasn't recording on the last stage of Terminus, and I decided to press the give up button, just to quit, get out of there. What I forgot was that even though I gave up and quit halfway, the points I earned still counted towards my rewards, so I got all of them. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to record that, but too bad. If only I didn't forget to turn on the recorder. But yeah, so here's my team. It's pretty straightforward. This is actually very similar to what I used last season. I think this might be exactly what I used last season, actually. Minus a friend Feeva, obviously, because Feeva wasn't actually implemented last season. But, yeah, I mean, I guess I can go over my choices. Again, this is my first draft. Actually, at the time of this recording, I'm actually already using a different team. Tweaked it a little bit. I think it performs slightly better. It's slightly faster, not necessarily that it's better. I think it's still kind of dependent on a bit of luck. But anyways, Ilario for lead should be pretty self-explanatory. When you auto battle, the most important thing, like almost always, is BB generation. You need to have that covered. So you need to have your damage mitigators up to par. Like, they always have to have damage mitigation up as, like, I would say maybe like 95% of the time. Obviously you want to try and guarantee it, but of course, you know, things don't always work out, you know, when you automate the whole thing. So yeah, Lario is great for that. He has 40, I think his SPB has 40 drop checks, and his leader skill reduces it increases effectiveness of Brave Crystals, and I believe crap, I forgot the other one. It's some mix of either it reduces the amount of gauge, reduces the amount of BB consumption when you use the gauge, when you use your SPB, or it's yeah. So it reduces 15% of your BB gauge that is required for your BB. That's essentially reducing your BB gauge by 15%. That's essentially what it means, except for the first time you fill it, I guess. And then it also increases a BC drop rate during Spark by 70%. So obviously you want a lot of high hit count units, so you can proc that more often, so you can get more Brave Crystals. So yeah, that should be pretty self-explanatory now. And he's been in use for like the last 2 or 3 Frontier Hunters, I think. Ever since his 6-star was released, he's been very popular. He's been very good for Brave Crystal generation. Second on the list, I guess, for importance, I would say would be Narza. Again, he is still my favorite damage mitigator to date, I think. I'm a little outdated at the moment for the absolutely new units. Probably like the last 2 batches, I've been a little behind, but I still think Narza's got a lot of utility with him. Damage mitigation obviously being one, so that's automatically reducing all damage by half. And then the most important part that sets him apart is the fact that he, you know, generates Brave Crystals when your units get hit. So that's obviously, I don't know, that's what makes him my favorite damage mitigator. And then I have my Trident there kind of as a sponge. He's there kind of like as my safety. He's an all-around really good unit, especially since I've actually imped him fully and street frogged him. So that's more so my case. And his shield, his 3k Earth shield, is awesome. Basically buffs everyone with a 3k HP boost, I guess you can effectively think of it. It's called EHP, effective HP. Yeah. So that's awesome. That's the purple bar you see. Rosetta's there for sparks, and she's just a great unit. On honesty, she increases spark damage by, I want to say 80%. I kind of forgot the numbers already. I think it's 80%. Yeah. But her drop checks is only 24, so a little less than like Elsa. Elsa has 30, but her spark damage is only 70%, something like that. Zell Knight, of course, kind of last but not least, I guess. He's there just to, you know, just put more emphasis on the whole BT generation thing. He obviously has a buff to Brave Crystal drop rate, so he'll give the whole party the buff. And when you use his BB or SBB, in this case I only care about SBB because I have the whole setting, the SBB priority turned on, so he will instantly fill your BB gauges as well. I think it's by between 6 to 8 crystals. I don't remember how much it is anymore. It's been a while, guys. So yeah, that's pretty much my mentality of approaching Frontier Hunter for auto battling, or most auto battles, I guess. Frontier Hunter is unique in the sense that I don't have to necessarily worry too much about elements because you kind of get a mix of all the elements. So I'm comparing this to, say, like the Grand Gaia Chronicles when I think it was Magris and Selena. I tried to auto battle both of them. Oh, that was really hard. And I don't think I ever succeeded, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's a different story because you have to try and gear your units towards the stronger element. And I would say those are much harder than Terminus. Like this Frontier Hunter this season, I think, is easier than last season. Last season, I think, was pretty rough. I don't think I ever finished. I don't think I ever built an auto battle team that I could actually finish and clear Terminus. Mostly because I was missing Lario, actually. That was the biggest key component. I was missing Lario. I had to use Rosetta for lead instead, which is still good, but not as good as Lario. So, yeah, it didn't turn out so well. But actually what I want to talk about now is I've actually modified and made changes to this team. Everything's the same except I swapped out my Zelnit and Trident with Maxwell and Sheeta. The reason being is that I felt like I could do more damage, and I just wanted to speed up the runs, and honestly, so my Maxwell's there just for pure damage. He has Guild Knight Axe for increased crit and crit damage, I believe, and then he's also equipped with Amano Habakin, so he has more crit chance and more damage, more attack power. Because there's a better sphere than this. There's one, I can't remember, I think it's called Blighted Seal. It increases attack by 100% and increases your crit rate. So that one's obviously the better version of the Amano Habakin, but I don't have it yet. So I think it's an arena reward. So yeah, Amano Habakin instead. And then Sheeta's there, just doing Sheeta things. He's using my best BB generation sphere, so that would be my magic ore, and he's using one of the other Grand Gaia Chronicle spheres. I don't remember. It's Urias, whatever. Something that gives BB generation or BB fill per turn. But yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.